Think we're cool. Yeah, boy. Aye. What's happening, kids? Ah, cool, blimey. Hmm. Ah, yum, yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. That's how we're starting today. Yum, yum, yum. Right, is that good? That's good. That's good. And I can put you lot just there. We cool, baby. We cool. Right, let's see what we've got going on here. Can I only stream for an hour? What's that about? What's happening, kids? You alright? Hope you're well. Let's see. Sup, Primph? You good? Is everyone good? Let's see. That's that. That's that. Could put you guys there for a minute. Yeah, you're alright. We're gonna go through the Epstein stuff in a little while. I haven't looked at anything, only the stuff that's been on social media. So I thought maybe we could do that today, because there's plenty of stuff coming out, and I'm just extracting the files now, as you can see. So we'll get into that in a little while. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good, Kiz. I'm very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah, very chilled. Don't feel 100%, but do I ever? Having a smoke in a frozen garage. Oh, mate. Perinthian, that's not the one, mate. You want to smoke in the warm? That's. You got to smoke in the warm, mate. Can't be outside doing all that. We're too old for all that. We're too old for all that, mate. You got to be in the warm. You can't be doing all that outside stuff. You do the outside stuff when it's summer, not when it's like this. It's too cold. It's too moody. It's too grim. Right, let's get this baby going. Where are we? I know Peter Man. Why is that not extracted? Or is it still doing it? 10 fucking gig, Jesus. Where are you? E-petition debate related to the indefinite leave to remain. Oh, that's another one. I'll save that for later. Labour cover up. We'll get into that first, actually. Keir Starmer P. Is he under the cosh? He is, because of Peter Mandelson. Yeah, we'll start with that then. Absolute mug. Questions in Parliament after China. Right, let's just run that back a bit, because I wanna start with him. Oh, she's there as well. Kemi's there. Well. Oh, he's there as well. Oh, they're all going for it here. Look at this. Well, I can't say look at this because you can't see it yet. Oh, we'll start with that in a minute then. Well, that's good. That's a bit of excitement, isn't it? Sigs and Herb. Well, even so, you've got to be in the warm. You've got to be in the warm. Where was I looking at? Oh yeah, Discord. Right, so all the data sets of the Epstein files have extracted. I haven't got a clue what's in them. I know I've been looking at all the stuff on videos and all that, but I don't know what's true and what isn't, so we can all go for it together. So that big file of 8, what was that? Data, images. What the blood is that? Date file, dat file. Why can't I open that? My God, there's a lot of images. Oh my God, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Jesus Christ, there's a lot. Take a toke and the cold goes away. I know that feeling. It used to be the embrace of a woman that used to give me that feeling. Many, many moons ago. In the olden days. Right, let's get into that video first then. Yeah, got those videos. Well, I've got that one as well. Cheers. Right. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll actually get some videos ready. Because I still feel... my brain feels a bit fucking fuzzy, mate. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Yeah, my brain feels a bit fuzzy again. I don't like that. That can go away. Fuzzy brain. Our business is being destroyed. That's another thing we could cover. Now, I want to find out all I can about the Epstein stuff without going through all of the files today, because it's just too many. Intense backlash in Spain. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Sir Softy Starmer, it says on one of the things there. Sir Softy Starmer. Right. I'll just go live on the other one and we'll just roll, baby. Free speech is being silenced. Well, I think we know that. We do know that, don't we? Right, I'll go live on the other one and we'll just get rolling. They call him full screen Ramon. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start the other stream now, and then we'll get into it all. Let me just double check that the audio is working. What's happening, Rex? Rexalicious, but it's so Rexalicious, baby. Let's just double check. It's we're all good, and then once we're all good, we'll go live on the other one. Right, well that's clearly working. What's happening, TF? TF in the house. TF is in the house. Welcome to Big Brother, where TF is in the house. TF is in the kitchen. Rex has just left the diary room. Shut up, you bunch of idiots. Right, let me get myself coordinated. Oh my goodness! Well, that ain't a good start to the bloody show, is it? Eh? Bleeding yawning? Ain't it? It's no good. That's not a good start, Gary. Jesus. Right, let me just quickly flip over. See you in about 10 seconds. Right, well, let me just first and foremost sort this out because we've got two different things happening at once. So I've set up a stream and it's sent it to the wrong... Right, well, let me just first and foremost sort this out because we've got two different things happening at once. So I've set up a stream and it's sent it... Right, it's sent it to here where you lot are watching. So this is the wrong stream, but just stay on here. I'll cancel the other one. I'll cancel the other one, that's cool. For some reason it's sent... This is the stream that we did on Friday, I think it was. Or Saturday, and it sent it to here, so I'll unschedule the other one. And we're just down here. I'll just update this stream. It's all working anyway. Right, 1 minute. Hope you're all doing all right. Hope you had a nice weekend. How you doing, Nikki? You good? My little buttercup. Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down? Why do you build me up? Shut up, all of you. Shush. Yeah, we're going to be getting into the Epstein stuff because there's plenty of it, ain't there? So I'm just updating some of it at the minute, so just give me a second, kids. That should be okay now. Is that right? Are we good? Well, let me just first and foremost... Whoa, I'll mute that. Right, I'll mute that. That should be okay now. Oh, I'm good too, sweetie. I'm good too. Oh, it's muted that because it's showing the screen. So hopefully that'll fix in a second. Pause. Play review. No, why is that doing that? Why are you being a bit weird, Mr. Restream? No, it's all right now, isn't it? Yeah, we're good, aren't we? Are we good? It's 14 people watching. Yeah, we're good. Right, it's working. Cool. I hope you're all good. Yeah, we're going to be doing all of this madness with the Epstein files and all of that. So if there's anything you want us to show, share, send it in, and we will cover it. I'm going to go straight over, actually, to Parliament because Keir Starmer's there and they're talking. We have two gatherings. Yeah, I know. That's Nikki's fantasy. I can't see Nikki. She's on the other stream, peeps. She's on the vertical. No, on the vertical stream. So that'll be why. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Right, let's get straight over to our first video. So we're going to go over straight to Parliament because Peter Mandelson was in the Epstein files, and he's been apparently resigned from his position, which he shouldn't have been in the first place. But I thought we could get into that first to see what Keir Starmer's saying, because before we get into all of the files and that, let's just roll with this. Let's go.
This debate. It no ends.
Debate.
We're now coming to the statement. We'll just let the front bench change over.
Right, the front bench has just got to change over. One sec. Let me just set up the the chat thing, and then we'll know where we are. So yeah, for everyone who's watching here in America, USA, UK, wherever, yeah, join in. We're here every single night or most nights. This channel isn't going to be as active as it once was, and we're moving to somewhere else. So the link for the video from today is in the description, but we're going to get into today's stories right now. Let's just get you guys up there, Mr. Chatbox. Let's just see that that's okay. Yeah, Rex is up there. That's all working. We're good. Right, I think we're good to go. Let's crack on. Oh, here we go. Oh, they've gone quiet. Alright, here we go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. With permission, I'll update the House on my visit last week to China and Japan, where we delivered for the British people. Mr. Speaker, with events overseas directly impacting on our security and the cost of living, I made it a founding principle of this government that after years of isolationism, Britain would face outwards once again. This was an 18-month strategy to rebuild our standing, and we have delivered, strengthening our US relationship with our world.
Well, that's a lie. He's not strengthening the US relationship. China!
First trade deal, resetting our relationship with the EU, striking a groundbreaking FTA with India, and now thawing our ties with China to put this relationship on a more stable footing for the long term. Mr. Speaker, China is the second biggest economy in the world, including Hong Kong. It's our third biggest trading partner, supporting 370,000 British jobs, and it is an undeniable presence in global affairs. It would be
bearing in mind, this is the human rights guy. This is the human rights guy, and China's one of the worst in the world. Go on, Keir, you tell him. You pretend it's not about money and grifting.
Safeguard our national interests without engaging with this geopolitical reality. Yet we inherited a policy from the previous government.
It's always someone else's fault, isn't it?
China, but hiding away. And
so he's having a go at the Tories now for not engaging with China, who are not, I wouldn't say an enemy, but they're not exactly our best friends, are they?
Sticking their head in the sand.
Look at him. He's not of the people, this
While
fella.
Our allies developed a
and speaking of sticking your head in the sand, that's all you do, mate.
more sophisticated approach. They let the UK fall behind.
Mug.
We became an outlier. Of the three predecessors, none held a single meeting with President Xi.
Listen to what he's saying.
No British Prime Minister visited China. 8 years of missed opportunities. Meanwhile, Mr. Speaker, over that period,
What
President
an
Macron
idiot.
visited China 3 times, German leaders 4 times, the Canadian Prime Minister was there a few weeks ago, Chancellor Merz and President Trump are both due to visit shortly. In this context...
Oh, did you hear that? That was beautiful, whoever shouted that. He just literally said, someone shouted from the bench, yeah, but they went on their feet, not on their knees. Ooh!
Refusing to engage would be a derelict...
Order!
Gutted.
Mr. Klugendart, you will be withdrawing that remark. You will withdraw it. Thank you. Can we calm it down, because I'm sure you'll be wanting to catch my eye. And I would like to hear what you're going to say, so let's not ruin the opportunity. Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, in this context, refusing to engage would be a dereliction of duty, leaving British interests on the sideline.
I'll tell you what, this fella, if he was Prime Minister during the Second World War, he'd be going, we need to go over to Germany and we need to apologise to them and we need to kneel.
And incredibly, some in this House still advocate that approach.
What a
but
clown.
Mr. Speaker, leaders do not hide. Instead, we engage. And we do so on our own terms, because like our allies, we understand that engagement makes us stronger.
Sup,
Mr.
concerned
Speaker,
mother?
protecting our national security is non-negotiable. We're clear-eyed about the threats coming from China in that regard, and we will never waver in our efforts to keep the British people safe. That is why we've given our security services the updated powers and tools that they need to tackle foreign espionage activity wherever they find it.
And he's doing that by putting a Chinese embassy right next to the Tower of London, above the tunnels where MI5 and everything else is in London. So the way he's tracing China and keeping an eye on things is going, come into London, have a giant building. What is he talking about?
And tackle malicious cyber activity as well. But the fact is, Mr. Speaker, we can do 2 things at once. We can protect ourselves whilst also finding ways to cooperate. And it was in that spirit that we made this visit.
He's a nightmare, mother.
I had extensive discussions over many hours with President Xi, Premier Li and other senior leaders. The discussions were positive and constructive. We covered the full range of issues,
paid off,
from strategic stability to trade and investment, opening a direct channel of communication to deliver in the national interest, enabling us to raise frank concerns about activities that impact our national security at the most senior levels of the Chinese system. We agreed to intensify dialogue on cyber issues. And we agreed a new partnership on climate and nature, providing...
I mean, people are just laughing at the geezer at this point.
Much-needed global leadership on this vital issue. And, Mr. Speaker, I raised a number of areas of difference which matter deeply to this country. I raised the case of Jimmy Lai and called for his release, making clear the strength of feeling in this House.
I agree, Terry.
Those discussions will continue. And my right honourable friend, the Foreign Secretary, is in touch with Mr Lai's family to provide further briefing.
So for those that are just joining everywhere around the world that are just watching this, we're just catching up with Parliament because Keir Starmer's there now. We're going to get into the Epstein files stuff. But this here, he's there today, and that's going to come up because someone who he sent over to, I think it was the United States, when he was a correspondent for him in the United States, has just been, he resigned last night, Peter Mandelson, because he's in the Epstein files, and it seems that, I'm not going to say he knew, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
I raised our human rights concerns in Xinjiang and Tibet. We discussed Taiwan,
Monty, I'm with you, mate, of course.
Wider regional stability, Iran
What's up, Pat?
and the Middle East. I called on China to end economic support for Russia's war effort, including companies providing dual-use technologies. And I urged them to use their influence on Putin to push for the much-needed ceasefire.
You know something? I know it's a bit off topic, but I've got to bring it up with all of you. Did you see any clips on social media of the Grammy Awards last night? Now, I'm not one for conspiracy theories, and I don't sit here and do that. I try to play the middle ground with a lot of things, and I know that, you know, pisses some people off, but I watched it last night. Do you know, all I could think of is what we're seeing in the Epstein files, and because that's been in the forefront of our minds recently, and we're seeing what's going on, as soon as the Grammys started and I started what's going on stage, if you watched the Grammy Awards last night, watch some of the clips of it now. After you're seeing some of the footage from the Epstein stuff, watch the Grammy Awards. Just watch it with a clear mind and not even thinking of anything, right? I was watching it within 2 seconds. I'm going, why is everything in red? Why is everything in smoke? Praising someone on a stage. Like, there's all of these hands coming up around a stage. I think it was for the weekend, I think it was. And he's coming up like a messiah and all of this. And I'm like, this doesn't make me... There's something... It just gives me this feeling. There's something inside me that's just going, there's something not right here, you know?
Great. And, Mr Speaker, I also the fact that members of this House have been sanctioned by the Chinese authorities. In response, the Chinese have now made it clear that all such restrictions on parliamentarians no longer apply. And I want to be clear. This was not the result of
you know what I'm saying,
trade.
Nanya?
Exactly. Yes, members will want to see more.
The US are unreliable partners, Yogurt, because of this clown, Starmer. That's why the US is unreliable, because his loyalty isn't to the United States of America. This absolute clown thinks that we should be more aligned with China than America. I mean, that's where this bloke is at. Come on.
I understand that. But that is precisely the point.
What's up, Derek?
Ignoring China for 8 years achieved nothing. This step is an early indication, not the sum total, of the kind of progress that this sort of engagement can achieve, through leader-to-leader discussion on sensitive issues, to stand up for British interests. Mr Speaker, my visit was also about creating new opportunities for British businesses to deliver jobs and growth for the British people. We took with us a brilliant delegation of nearly 60 businesses and cultural powerhouses, the very best of British, as an embodiment of what this country has to offer. If anyone's in doubt as to why this matters, I urge them to spend a few minutes with any one of those businesses.
You don't care about the British,
they will
right?
tell
What's
you
up,
about
Rose?
the incredible potential there and the importance of getting out there and accessing the market. And we made significant progress, paving the way to open the Chinese market for British exports, including our world-leading services sector. We secured a 30-day visa-free travel for all Brits, including business travellers. We secured China's agreement to halve whisky tariffs from 10% to 5%. This is worth £250 million to the UK over the next 5 years.
I know, Mon.
A significant win for our iconic whisky industry, particularly in Scotland. And Mr. Speaker, that...
Do you know what's crazy? There's got a guy behind him there sitting at the bench saying, oh, quiet over there. I mean, just last week, one of them was arrested for child abuse. And then today, we've just found out one of his best sidemen was in the Epstein files with little kids. And he's sitting here talking about this. Do you know what I mean?
lower tariff comes into force today.
No, I do agree with that part, Yogurt.
£2.3 billion
What's up, Bernie?
in market access wins, including for financial services.
Go live in America if it's so fab. What's that got to do with the conversation? So you believe, Jane, that we should be more allied with China? The place where... This is the human rights guy here, yeah? Mr. Human Rights, with China, the worst human rights on the planet. And he's saying, no, let's align with them and not the USA. OK. Don't be silly.
£2.2 billion in export deals for British companies and hundreds of millions worth of new investments. In addition, Mr. Speaker, we agreed to work together in some key areas of law enforcement. Last year, around 60% of all small boat engines used by smuggling gangs came from China. So we struck a border security pact to enable joint law enforcement action to disrupt that supply at source. We also agreed to scale up removals of those with no right to be in the United Kingdom.
We haven't done none of that, though, have you? He's talking crap. Oh, we're removing people. Was it 43,000 people turned up last year, and I think something like 70 people have been removed. Wow. Congratulations.
And to work together to crack down on the supply...
Jane, please don't. You're going to make yourself sound silly. Jane here in chat says, so there's human rights in America, is there? Did you just compare America to China? Do you even know anything about China? Please, just stop. You sound silly. Come on. Come on, behave. Behave.
We will continue to develop our work across all these areas because, Mr. Speaker, this is the start of the process, not the end of it. My visit was not just about coming back with these agreements. It was about the wide question of setting this relationship on a better path, which allows us to deal with issues and seize opportunities in a way that the previous government failed to do.
NATO is corrupt as a motherfucker. Sorry about my language, but it is. So's the European Union. I mean, come on. Who's that guy who was the Dutch fellow from Luxembourg? Guy Vlenderstick, whatever his bloody name is. The tall, lanky geezer who looks like a school teacher. He got kicked out of... what's up, Turk? Big love, my friend. He got kicked out of like his parliament in his own country because he was so bent, and now he's part of the EU. Like, come on.
Finally, Mr. Speaker, let me say a word about my meeting in Tokyo.
Just started, Kill.
Japan remains one of our closest allies.
All of the stuff with the Epstein stuff's coming up.
Together, we're the leading economies in the CPTPP, partners in the G7, the G20, and the Coalition of the Willing. And they are the UK's largest inward investor outside the United States and Europe. So I had an extremely productive meeting.
Jane. And America isn't corrupt. You need to wake up. Listen, Jane, you sound silly. I think you should check Amnesty International and every governing body on planet Earth that labels China as one of the worst for human rights conditions for its people. If you're sitting here, that's what we're talking about, human rights conditions. If you think that United States is the same and keeps people in poverty, eating dirt, yeah, with no water, living in sheds. If you think it's like that in America, honestly, I mean, you've got the internet, you've got the phone, you're on here.
With the Prime Minister, as we set out our shared priorities to build an even deeper partnership in the years to come. That includes working...
America's not far behind China. Listen to this. Do you want... Just, you know what I mean, Derek? Like, honestly, oh,
together
God.
For peace and security, supporting Ukraine as we work for a just and lasting peace, and deepening our cooperation in cutting-edge defence production, including through GCAP. We discussed how we can boost growth and economic resilience by developing our cooperation. First,
this is
in tech.
I'm just looking this up statistically now. Yeah, I've not even read this. I don't even read it because I don't need to know. But was it Jane or Janet? Janet. Sorry, Janet, because I don't want you to have a period. Right. Human rights in China and protest and dissent in China report that in 2026, human rights situation faces scrutiny over issues like freedom of speech, religion, and the treatment of ethnic minorities. Concerns include surveillance, lack of judicial independence and restrictions on civil society. Freedom of expression, strict control over media and the internet, so you can't do what you want when you want. Okay. Ethnic and religious minorities, repression of the Uyghur Muslims. Have you heard anything about that? I expect you don't know anything about it. The Tibetan Buddhists, do you know anything about that? Do you think that's the same as what's going on in America? Honestly, open your eyes, take your head out your bum. Civil liberties, limited freedom of assembly, association and speech. Do you think in America they've got a problem with freedom of speech? Do you think people are not allowed to talk in America the same as they do in China? Do they get put in jail? No. Are they starting to do that in England? Yes. Let's see what else. Extensive surveillance systems and the hukou system, which limits the freedom of movement for rural workers. Do we have that? No. Does America have that? No. Notable instances of dissent include 1989, the square protests, Tibetan unrest. If you don't know about that, go and have a look at that. Honestly, it's one of the worst places on planet Earth. Amnesty International has been investigating it like...
Innovation, where we are both leaders. Second in energy, where Japan is a major investor in the UK. And third in trade, where we're working together to maintain the openness and stability that our businesses depend on. That includes expanding the CPTPP and deepening its cooperation with the EU.
Listen to this. This is what I love about Liberals. Again, Liberals, I love you guys. Do you know what I love about you? You do things like what Ace just said. You do things what Ace just said in chat. Listen to this absolute goldmine of a comment. So you're saying America is not corrupt? Run it back a couple of minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, and show me where that word was come up where I said America is not corrupt. Did I say that? Nope. I could literally read your comment and say, so you're saying America is not corrupt and they should hang all white people. You didn't say that. Like, hello?
Take all of this forward, Mr. Speaker, when I welcome the Prime Minister to Chequers later this year. So, Mr. Speaker, this is Britain back at the top table at last, facing outward.
The top table. He goes to China begging on his knees. He couldn't even walk properly, the Wally. Did you see him when he got to China? Oh, yeah, you're such a boss, mate.
Incoherence and isolationism with pragmatic engagement, replacing naive posturing with the national interest. In dangerous times, we're using our full strength and reach on the world's...
Yes, I agree with you, Furious Dharma. I agree with you. He's bad, that's what I'm saying.
To deliver
top table cleaner.
And security for the British people. And I commend this statement to the House.
Yeah. Right, here we go. I hope she goes in on him.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I thank the Prime Minister for advance sight of his... But it is utterly reprehensible that he began it by accusing the previous government of isolationism. The same Conservative government, the business secretary is laughing, just that, we'll tell him. The same Conservative that led the world in our response to the invasion of Ukraine, that signed a vital strategic alliance in AUKUS. The business secretary is asking how many FTAs. We signed Britain's biggest post-Brexit trade deal, the CPTPP, bringing us closer to the 11 Indo-Pacific nations, including Japan. He asks, I know about that deal because I signed it myself. And so I welcome the Prime Minister's efforts to collaborate more with long-standing ally Japan. But let's turn to China. Of course Britain should engage with China.
Go on, girl.
Even though the Chancellor wasn't allowed to go, even though the authoritarian states who seek to undermine our interests, even though they spy on us, sometimes within the walls of this building, even though they fund regimes around the world hostile to our country, they are a fact of life, a global power and an economic reality. So,
hang on a sec, let me refresh this page because it keeps doing this stuttering thing and I'm not too sure why it's happening. Let me just refresh it. Let's see, right. 1 minute.
In the UK...
We'll go back a bit. Right, we'll get Kemi again. Yeah, it just seemed to be stuttering. I don't know about you lot. Here we go.
The business secretary is laughing. Just that. We'll tell him. The same Conservative that led the world in our response to the invasion of Ukraine, that signed a vital strategic...
Just play the goddamn video. Oh, I didn't realise it was your channel, Aaron. Aaron, I didn't realise it was your channel, mate.
Alliance in AUKUS. The business secretary is asking how many FTAs. We signed Britain's biggest post-Brexit trade deal, the CPTPP, bringing us closer to the 11 Indo-Pacific nations, including Japan. He asks, I know about that deal because I signed it myself.
No, honestly, I didn't realise it was your channel, Aaron. You can always go and watch the live stream. It's on there now. You can go and watch it on YouTube. This is my channel. I'll do what I like when I like. If you don't like it, fuck off.
And so I welcome the Prime Minister's efforts to collaborate more with long-standing ally Japan. But let's turn to China. Of course Britain should engage with China, even though the Chancellor wasn't allowed to go, even though the authoritarian states who seek to
Exactly the same sort of language I use with your mother. Good boy.
undermine our interests, even though they spy on us, sometimes within the walls of this building, even though they fund regimes around the world hostile to our country, they are a fact of life, a global power and an economic reality. So let me be clear. It is not the Prime Minister engaging with China that we take issue with. What we are criticising is his super...
Yes, I do, Aaron. I'll dig her up when I bring her around to visit you. We could do a little dance together and we can bone her together.
...and short-termist approach. I'm sure the Prime Minister means well.
Hello,
but
Pierre.
his negotiating tactic has always been to give everything away in the hope that people will be nice to him. Before the Prime Minister even got on the plane, he'd already shown that he would do anything to demonstrate his good relationship with China. But China uses every interaction to improve its own position. The Prime Minister looked like he enjoyed his trip. In fact, it looked like a dream come true for a man who was virtually a communist most of his life. But apart from the...
Oh, look at his face. He's not happy about that. But she's not wrong. She isn't wrong. No. It's all right, Tobias, man. It's all good. It's all part of the fun. If people can't come on here and mock me and have a laugh, it's no point in doing YouTube, is it? It's all good, man.
But apart from the...
Look at his face. James, I don't care what you lot say. That hurt his feelings.
He was virtually a communist most of his life. But apart from the...
Look, he's looking around and he's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Mr. Speaker, apart from the Labubu doll in his suitcase, and I hope he's checked it for bugs, he has come back with next to nothing. We all want tariffs for Scottish whisky, but if the Prime Minister bothered to speak to the whisky industry like I did 2 weeks ago, he would know that what they really need is cheaper energy and lower taxes.
I know,
What
King,
else
it's
did
just
he
a
get?
laugh.
Visa-free travel. China already offers this to other countries. It's not big enough for a prime ministerial visit. But the worst thing, Mr. Speaker, the worst thing was the Prime Minister claiming a glorious triumph with the lifting of sanctions on 4 Conservative MPs, as if...
It says the only thing being covered up is your mum in the files. Okay. I mean, it's all right. I think you could have done better than that.
He'd done us a favour. Let me tell him, those
a good
MPs were
start.
sanctioned because they stood up to China. They stood up against human rights abuses. They stood up against the country spying on our MPs in a way that he wouldn't dare. Those people go to China. The Chinese know that. They know that they are giving him something that costs absolutely nothing. Why can't the British Prime Minister see that? And I say to you, Mr. Speaker, and the whole House, like with the Chagos Islands, the Prime Minister has been played. China is about to build an enormous spy hub in the centre of London. A ransom he had to pay before he could even get on the plane. I wouldn't.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, the embassy that's being built in London is going to be right next to the Tower of London. So you're putting someone who isn't an ally of the United Kingdom, like, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? MI5 said last year just how dangerous they are. And even if they are here, we're not going to be able to keep track of everything that they're doing in this country. But then that doesn't surprise me, because just the other day, they released an article saying that they've got 53,000 migrants in this country and they don't know where they are or who they are. So then you're letting in China as well. But all of a sudden, they're going to be able to keep an eye on that. They can't even keep control of the borders, for Christ's sakes.
Never allow Britain to be held over a barrel like that. Yet again, the Prime Minister has negotiated our country into a weaker position in the world. His entire economic policy is to tax business more, regulate them harder, and make energy so expensive that we deindustrialise. And then we can import Chinese wind turbines, Chinese solar panels, Chinese batteries for electric vehicles, all
What sounds like conspiracy? I'm telling you what happened. Did you not know that 53,000 people are untraced in this country? It was reported everywhere and on the government website. What? What?
manufactured in a country that is building a coal-fired power station every other week. Did he speak to them about that? What did his trip achieve for Jimmy Lai? Nothing. Did China promise to stop fueling Putin's war machine in Ukraine? Doesn't sound like it. What did this trip achieve?
What is my point? Do you want me to explain it a little bit slowly for you? Let me explain it a little bit slowly to the lefties, because they don't seem to understand, like, I don't know, English language or something. If you've got 53,000 illegal migrants in the country, right? Yeah? 53,000 people that they cannot trace, and they do not know who they are or where they are or what they're doing in this country. And then you have loads of girls being abused in this country. Hence, we've seen a rise in that happening over the last year, which is why we're seeing people go to jail for abusing little children, the grooming gang cover-up. OK, that's one thing. And you're going, well, what's that got to do with anything? What's your point? If they can't track people that they're letting in, and then they're coming out and making a statement, oh, China isn't an ally, MI5 have said it's very, very high risk to let them in, and then he goes, no, they can come in, we'll keep a track on it. Did you not listen to what I just said to you?
For the Uyghurs who are being enslaved? Absolutely nothing. Have China agreed to stop their relentless cyber attacks? Have they? We all know the answer to that. The reality is that China showed its strength and Britain was pushed around, literally. It is no wonder, Mr. Speaker, that President Xi praised the Labour Party, because the Conservatives stood up for Britain. We don't get pushed around.
Lefty Query says, it sounds fishy, maybe check them EDL hard drives, meaning me. I'll tell you what, Lefty, why don't you come on here now, on camera, and show your face? Show your face and your name and your real location. Let's see how brave you really are. Or are you just another lefty who's got all of that online? I think so.
Britain is a great trading nation. Of course we should with other countries, even hostile ones.
Order. Mr. Kyle, you said to me when you're going to China
I know,
how
Montgomery.
well you behaved. Oh, you owe me a big thank you. You're not showing it today. Come here, Ben. No?
Mr. Speaker, I'm not worried about the business sector.
Right,
the entire business community thinks he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, you all know what I'm saying, so they're all the same.
Of course we should engage with other countries, even hostile ones, but we need to do so with our eyes open and from a position of strength, and that requires a Prime Minister and a government that puts our national interest first.
Mr. Speaker, let me see if I understand her position.
Here we go.
This is the Leader of the Opposition who said we should empty chair the most important NATO summit for years, who wouldn't turn up to the G7, who would rip up our valuable trade deals with the US, India and the EU.
You're the one who's cancelling everything with the USA. What is he even talking about?
This is the Leader of the Opposition who characterised Greenland as a second-order issue, then undermined the government's position on
Starmer the
sovereignty.
Charmer.
And when it comes to China, her policy is to stick her head
welcome to England, mate. That's what it's like here.
in the sand, unable to influence anything. In a volatile world, that is not policy, that's an abdication of responsibility. No wonder her front bench are leaving in droves.
I'll tell you what's an abdication of responsibility, Keir Starmer, is announcing in the last month that you're going to build council homes council homes that are going to be given to illegal migrants that are coming into the country before the people that are in the country, British born, have been on the waiting list for 5 to 10 years. Those people who want a home in this country, especially the youth who cannot afford to do it, yet you're putting illegal migrants in the centre of London, which nobody in this country could really afford because it's so fucking expensive, but you'll put illegal migrants in the top hotels. Then, on top of that, when they're coming out of the hotels, because you want to get rid of the hotels, all of the houses that are being built in the country, you're not building it so the English people can have it. You're going to put the illegal migrants in it first. And you're saying in 10 years' time, we're going to look at it. Come the fuck on, mate.
Mr. Speaker, she talks of the embassy.
What makes them illegal? Ordigs, I'm going to explain it to you because I know you liberals don't get it. You don't get it. Do you know what a passport is? Yes or no? Right, I'm assuming that you do because I'm assuming you're not an idiot. If you do not have a passport and then you try to get to another country, you can't. Do you know why? Because you need a passport. If you go to another country without one, you cannot enter. Because, wait for it, it's illegal.
China's had an embassy in the UK since 1877. It's currently spread across 7 sites. The Leader of the Opposition is so busy trying to hold her party together, she's clearly not read the letter.
Our left is the Democrats. These are Democrats. So if you want to compare, if you're in America and you're looking at the UK, the Labour Party is the same example of what the Democrats are. The Conservatives, or Reform more so, Reform is more like the Republicans. Reform's like the Republicans, Labour is like the Democrats. How do they get there? They get on a boat, or Diggs. I'm guessing you didn't know, so my apologies to you, my friend. I apologise. They go from Syria, right? Bearing in mind, we're told they don't have any money. Right, so they go from Syria, Libya, Lebanon, wherever, Iran, and they travel all through these countries without a passport. And remember, they've got no money, but they manage to go through all 10, 15 different countries. They get to France, then they can afford to pay smugglers to get on boats by the thousands, bearing in mind they've got no money, no passport, no ID. Oh, I don't know my name. I don't know who I am. And then, what was it like last year? Was it 60,000 of them went from France on a boat illegally without a passport to England? They get to England, and this absolute dick goes, "Yeah, in you go." That's why. That's how.
But Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. No, I apologise, mate.
In the China embassy. She was offered an invite.
Where's your guy's Epstein, I wonder? I don't know. We're going to do that in a little minute. Chill out.
For a Privy Council briefing on the issue. What did she do? She chose not to attend.
Oh, yeah. Prince Andrew, yeah.
Speaker,
Prince Andrew should be in jail. I'm with you lot.
That's a dereliction of duty. Even worse, what did she do? She sent in her place the member for Croydon South, the Shadow Home Secretary. That is a double dereliction of duty. Instead of taking up a Privy Council briefing, she took up a megaphone on the streets outside.
I've been covering that as it goes. ZG, don't need to ask. No, don't spam because you'll get blocked. I've already been covering that on the channel, dude.
At the embassy, I changed my party.
ZG, you'll get blocked.
From a party of protest to a party of power. She's rapidly going in the opposite direction. And her reply this afternoon seems to be...
Yeah, Savile was, yeah, you're right, that's true.
But not engage with China. But what we should do, instead of leader-to-leader discussions where we raise all the opportunities and the difficult issues, each and every one of them...
I personally think that Ant Middleton, he would never succeed and become the Mayor of London, but would I personally like Ant Middleton to be the Mayor of London? 100% yes, above every single person that should be the Mayor of London, because he's former SAS. The fact is, if you want me to be English and say it as it is, he won't mess around. I'm not going to swear. He won't mess around. And he will do what's right by the British people. And that's what should be happening in England. The English people should come first. And for all of you lefty idiots who are saying otherwise, you're full of crap, especially like in America or wherever, You would put the Americans first before anyone else. It's like saying, yeah, I would put a stranger first before my kids and my wife or my mum. No, you wouldn't. Don't lie. You wouldn't.
Instead of those meeting leader, she'll get a bag of sand and put her head in it and influence absolutely nothing.
No, thanks. Don't make things up, mate. Don't make things up. Do you mean English or do you mean white? I mean English. English. Do you know what English is? Don't manipulate things. It's not a good look.
Nothing. They're so unserious about world affairs.
You're right, Dave. What Dave said.
Very much, Mr. Speaker.
Ken Livingstone.
I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for his statement, and I'm pleased to see that his trip went so well. This morning, I was in touch with the Scotch Whisky Association, who want me to convey their congratulations to the Prime Minister for...
Oh, shut up, you silly cow. Is that all they've got? I thought they were going in on the Epstein stuff. That's what they said they were going to do.
We have more to gain outside of the EU than inside, and that within days of Brexit...
I don't, no thanks. Why are you doing the thing where you're taking what I've said, misrepresenting it, and then saying right-winger? Like I'm someone that does that. Like, don't be silly. If you're going to say something, say it about me. I'm my own individual person. And then I will challenge you on it. That's fine.
We would be signing trade deals with the US and China that would be bigger than the trade deals that existed with the EU.
No, we don't want that.
What we got was a botched Brexit and isolated from our European...
Yeah, OK, fuck the European Union. With the botched Brexit is done by these people. These people are the ones that carried it out. So... You said grooming is going up. Where is your proof? Are you... I don't want to disrespect you, mate, but have you got your head up your arse? I don't want to be rude to you, but are you fucking stupid? Like, have you got no brain cells? You don't know that they're doing an investigation in London alone into the tens of thousands of people that this has happened to at the moment on the government website. I'm assuming you just don't look at anything. Maybe TikTok or wherever is your go-to for, I don't know, the truth. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to show people what's going on, and it's up to you to make that decision. Go and read for yourself. If you choose not to read, that's up to you.
Neighbours, and now they want to extend that isolation to a global scale. My honourable friend agree with me that Britain wouldn't be treated decently or with any confidence by our global neighbours or global friends if we'd adopted such an approach.
Thank you for raising this period in our history because, of course, this is 2015, 2016.
Right,
the party opposite had a manifesto.
Because your credit score is not up to where it
Starmer
needs
can
to
shut
be.
up. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We've just found it. I've just found it. I know this has been going around over the last 24 hours. This final interview with, let's see, with Jeffrey Epstein. I haven't watched this, so we're all going to watch this together. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because it's 2 hours long, but we're going to go through all of this together now. So that's what we're going to do. Go and get yourself a drink, make a hot drink, a coffee, tea. We're going to hit this for the next 2 hours. I didn't even know this was out, so let's go.
Before we get into the deep stuff, let's give some basics or some things I want to do inquiry from the others. Walk me through the Santa Fe Institute. What was it about the time, the math, and this was in the late 90s. So they're not going to hear me on this part, right? We're going to do it both ways?
It will not be on the video, but we do have you recorded.
Fine. Remember, when you're answering on these questions, I'm not in the shot, and they're never going to hear my voice. So a little bit, you got to repeat in your answer, you got to repeat what my question was.
Oh, right. Okay.
Santa Fe Institute. Why, when you're at the top of your game on Wall Street, do you decide to finance, which was at the time, or endow, or become the donor sponsor, however you want to say it?
No worries. Good shout, Ben.
For what was considered the most cutting-edge group of mathematicians in the world. Action.
So Santa Fe Institute in the late 80s, early 90s. I was interested, I was on the board of Rockefeller. So that starts, Rockefeller, it's university formed by John D. Rockefeller.
Sorry to pause, but you've got no thanks there saying, you can talk out your ass all you want, you can insult me all you want, but there is not increase in the statistics for child abuse and grooming in the last year. Oh my good God. Hello Tim, how you doing, old stranger? Oh my good God. Just, oh my God. Where are you? Like, what? Do you not, like, open your eyes? Do you not, like, read anything?
Sort of give back to the community. It's east side of Manhattan, except it was old. It was sort of old-fashioned. They were talking about medicine, and medicine by itself was, again, subject to the ideas of science. They were trying to use science to find cures for disease. And I said, no, we need to do something different. We need to start interdisciplinary work.
How did a schmuck like you get on the board of Rockefeller? What year was that?
I don't remember. I think 89 and 91.
So that's one of the most prestigious research places in the world, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How did a guy like you get on the board of a blue blood, internationally known, hard research, Nobel Prize winners all over the place? How do they pick a guy like you, a trader or basically some guy from Bear Stearns?
Good question.
Just a quick one. This is just stuff that, because I've put in the question because I can't be asked to explain it to you. Massive increase in the last 12 months. A national police operation, which you probably didn't even know about, Operation Beacon Port, and independent reviews have identified over 1,200 and up to 9,000 people alone that are in a grooming gang scandal. That's just in London in the last 12 months. In June 2025, 7 men were convicted for the systematic abuse of 2 teenage girls in Rochdale, with sentences delivered in October 2025, totalling 174 years. The task force established reviewed cases across all 43 police forces. The investigation was supposed to begin 12 months ago by the Labour Party, and they were putting £7 million into the investigation that was starting a year ago. Do you know how much and how far that investigation has gone? Fucking nowhere, because they haven't even started it yet. They've discussed about having the investigation. That's how far they've got with doing it and getting it done. So don't talk to me about, oh, has they found anything? It was starting a year ago. What have they done? Nothing.
So I was asked to be on the board of Rockefeller. And I was on the board of Rockefeller. There was a money manager who said, Rockefeller needs someone with financial expertise because the university is growing and there's lots of new things. You have to, again, we go back to the original discussion the last time.
Look at Xavier. Is that who you're supposed to be? Honestly, I don't really care. Go and step off. Go and watch another channel. Go play with your mum. I'm not going to entertain you.
And up until the mid-'80s or sort of early mid-'70s, the most important thing was your name. If you were Rockefeller, you already were considered to be brilliant. If you were head of General Motors,
Splash.
It was your reputation. It was who you knew, who your family was, what was your character. And then in the mid-'70s, basically, if you remember, you probably had a calculator. It was very advanced in those days to have a Texas Instrument calculator, where it could, by putting in the numbers, it would multiply for you to do square roots. And that was the first, and everyone who had a calculator was already advanced on Wall Street. A simple almost like your accountant. The most important parts of business were really now going to calculations. So it's not only mathematics, but it's things that could be calculated. Reputation couldn't be calculated. I could give you, are you a 10 on a reputation scale, an 8? What does it mean to have a measurement of your reputation? We'll get to that later. But places like Rockefeller needed someone to say, look, we're entering a different world where numbers and the numbers of companies, portfolio management was going to be balanced. It was going to be statistical. Jeffrey, could you come on the board? Potentially sit on the finance committee, Nancy Kissinger and a bunch of other people. And David Rockefeller and I got along very well. He was this unbelievable human being. Respectful to everyone. He introduced his driver as his colleague, not his driver. He would never say, this is my driver. He said, it's my colleague.
I mean, if you just see this guy walking down the street and spoke to him, you'd think he's just a car salesman, wouldn't you?
And David started to explain to me world politics. So David would say, Jeffrey, money is going to be sort of the...
You're saying, how does this improve your life? By learning things and watching something and listening to an interview and educating yourself. How does it improve your life? I don't know. How did school go for you? Did you do anything?
Most important things. People don't understand money. You seem to have this knack for money. I said to David, tell me about your life. What was the worst and the best part of your life? So David said, when I grew up, everyone knew I was a Rockefeller. They didn't know that my father told me he would not leave me a dime. No money. But every time we went out to eat, me and my 5 friends in school, they would leave me the bill. They would expect me to pick up the check because I was a Rockefeller. And he said, I was chairman of Chase Bank. And he said, I remember like it was yesterday, one of the headlines in Time magazine says,
Honestly, Turkish, honestly, Erdem, you get so many on here. Do you see them? Fucking nutters, aren't they? Do you see what I'm saying? This is what I have to deal with every day, mate. Like, if you listen to some of these lefties on it, it's absolutely insane, dude. Like, we could sit here now and we could go, someone has just shouted, I'm going to do this, and then they go and, I don't know, blow up a school of 50 or 100 kids outside. The lefties here would come up with some sort of excuse. Oh, he didn't mean to blow it up. He was doing a demolition job and he fell over, and the hand grenades and the C4 just went off.
David, please fire yourself. So he thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. The Trilateral Commission...
It's right-wing policies that got the country in the mess, is it? Really? I didn't realise that Tony Blair was right-wing. I didn't realise that all of you lefty absolute psycho jobs who are going nuts about... that are going nuts about Trump deporting people with ICE, but none of them have said anything about Joe Biden doing it, and Joe Biden deported more people than Donald Trump did with ICE. Maybe you should look those numbers up. Maybe look those numbers up.
There's some spooky stuff. People said it was some of the people the Illuminati, there's some mystery about it, people that ran the world. It was politicians, but David said most countries...
Easy G is saying stop lying. Okay, Easy G, let's educate you, my friend. And when I do, please don't come back with, oh, but my mummy ate my dog and my dog ate my homework, right? How many people did... I'm doing it for you. Joe Biden deport with ICE. Let's just have a quick look. Let's just have a look at the records, shall we? This goes back to... No, that's too old. That's December from 2024. Let's have a quick look. We want something... There we go. Removals. ICE under the Biden administration is... Let's see. I know it was in the 680,000 region, and I believe Trump is in between 550 and 600,000. I don't know the exact identical number. Wait, let me have a quick now, and I'll get the exact number for you, and then you can see, and I'll show it to you. How many people did Biden deport with ICE compared to Trump? At the moment, I know currently Biden has deported more people with ICE, but you didn't see this same outrage. Do you see what I mean? From 2021, early 2024, up to 2024, roughly 1.1 million departures. For Donald Trump, 600,000 deportations during 2025. So, Joe Biden, 1.1 million. Donald Trump, 600,000. So why is everyone going mad now and not with Biden? That makes you lefties sound like a bloody idiot. Trump has been in office since last year. It doesn't make a difference whether it's last year or now. So now you're concerned. You didn't care. I've just given you 1.1 million, which is more than what Trump's done. But that doesn't matter to you now. See, there's always an excuse with the left. That's how fucking nuts you are. That's how nuts you are.
The politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East.
No, that's absolute nonsense. You didn't care. You didn't care because it wasn't Trump. Be honest with yourself. At least I'm honest about it. So he's done half in 1 year compared to your four-year argument is stupid. So it's about the amount. So you are for all deporting illegal migrants. So why? Okay, let's go with your argument, lefty nutjobs. Let's go with your argument, lefty nutjobs. So why in the fucking hell, God's name, are all of you leftists going out saying don't deport illegals? Illegals should stay here. He deported 1.1 million illegals. They are illegals. It's still illegal. But you're all going out and you're all posting here, don't deport illegals. So if that is the stance you've got, I'm going by what you've said. Do not deport illegal migrants, it's bad. Okay, Biden, 1.1 million illegal migrants gone. Why was it okay to deport those illegal migrants? Because you're stating, all of you are going out on the street with placards, illegals are welcome, do not deport illegals. That is your stance today, right now. But it wasn't your stance 18 months ago for 4 years. Why is that? What was different with those illegal migrants? Are they bad illegal migrants? What's the difference? Because now you're saying all illegal migrants should stay, all of them, everyone is welcome. They are your words, not mine. I'm going by what you're saying. I'm holding you to account. So what's your excuse?
For 4 years, and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this trilateral commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major...
We're not saying that now. So you're changing what we're watching in videos. So all of the videos that we see that everyone that's out there protesting, all of CNN, all of those people that are out there, right? Wait. You're telling me all of those protests where people are saying, and all of the interviews that we've covered on this channel with all of the students, all of the people in the streets are saying, illegals are welcome, illegals are welcome. You're telling me that is not the front banner and it's just you couple. It's just you couple. Oh, it's just you individuals that are saying, oh no, we're all welcome. So what about the thousands and thousands of people? What about all of those people at the Grammys last night? Fuck ICE, don't deport illegals, don't deport illegals. Biden done it. They were illegals. What's the difference? No answer, is there? I didn't think so.
It was the
excuses.
North Americans,
I like the excuses.
The Europeans and the Asians.
Excuses.
So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission? Now, I was 32 years old. I said, great. And
you clearly haven't watched the fucking news. If you never watched a protest, oh my God, let's educate the lefties. Let's just do it. It's easy to find an argument no one is making. Okay, let's just look at any random, I don't know, illegal protest interviews, street interviews. Let's just listen to interviews of your friends, your side. There's got to be an interview on here with liberals. Liberals are paranoid, street interview, Trump protest. No, we don't want that. We want a protest where they're interviewing people on the streets. Watch interviews with protesters. No Kings Rally. What's that? About ICE,
maybe? What's going on, James Bleed here for San Angelo Live. We are here at the No Kings protest at Civic League Park in San Angelo. We're going to see if we can get a couple interviews, see if anybody wants to be on camera and defend their side.
Right, so death to fascism. They blame immigrants. So again, we don't want to deport them. It's just crazy.
We go into the protest right now. All right, everybody, James Bleed here with Santana.
All these people are wrong, though. If you show, you what I'm saying, you see Sema Bacho there's getting pissed off. You see, you get people pissed off about it. If you show people, they get mad about it. No. That's not what's happening. What you can see in street interviews, no, that's not happening. It's not happening. We're just pretending. What year was this? Oh, that's too old. We need to find one over the last. You can't even find the videos you're talking about. This video isn't about illegals. That's what I'm saying. We've got to find one about USA illegal migrants protest. We'll just find one. It won't take long because we've covered hundreds on the channel. And it's all the same thing. What's this? People demand stop deportations. Why? What do you mean stop deportations? Why are they protesting for it then? You're all saying no. You're saying no, we don't want to deport them. So why are they all holding up banners saying stop deportations then? You've just said.
From Minneapolis, across the country to San Francisco.
Crazy. ICE breaks laws, not just families, immigrants and worker rights. Really? But they're illegal. Okay.
Thousands of protesters took to the streets in the United States to demand the withdrawal of federal immigration agents from Minnesota.
Crazy.
That's after the fatal shootings in Minneapolis this month of Renee Good and Alex Pretty by immigration.
Dishonour on ICE. Bro sold his soul for 50k. Not really saying that. Justice.
These incidents have ignited nationwide outrage.
Justice for all victims of ICE terror. Again, nothing was said when Biden did this.
Action.
Nothing.
Many students and teachers abandoned classes from California to New York.
Being undocumented is not illegal. Okay, Robbie G, is it okay for me to just enter America right now? Do I have to have a passport? Yes or no? Yes.
250 demonstrations were organised across 46 states under the slogan, "No work, no school, no shopping, stop funding ICE."
You got to laugh.
Riot police stood in a line with shields as protesters.
Haunted Kiwi. I'm speaking English because I'm in England. If you can't, that's not my problem.
Protesters erupted outside the Metropolitan Detention Center in Los Angeles.
Peaceful
Protesters
protests.
moved a shipping container
Peaceful.
to block the entrance to the facility. Hundreds in Houston.
Oh, let them go, let them go. Please demand stop the deportation. So they don't want to deport illegal immigrants. But you just said that you do. You're all right with Biden doing it, 1.1 million, but you're not okay with it now. Why?
Also gathered outside an ICE detention centre to denounce the actions of the department. Meanwhile, marches took place through Washington, D.C.
People hire undocumented... hire undocumented people because it's cheap labour. They do it here in the UK as well.
Calling for accountability.
ICE and a litany of other forces have been unleashed as racist and inhumane weapons against our communities. We have seen our neighbours kidnapped off the streets, dragged out of their cars, out of their homes.
All happened under Joe Biden as well, just saying.
Out of their schools.
President Donald Trump has in turn offered a vote of confidence for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, whose department oversees ICE.
Well, I'm going by the facts that Joe Biden deported more people, and none of you said shit then, so I'm trying to ask you, why was it okay then? Because you're all saying that we shouldn't deport. Stand up for immigrants and families. So you're saying now that you don't want people deported now, but 18 months ago, when 1.1 million people were deported, you didn't say shit. There was none of these protests. Not one of you, even you idiots, all of you muppets that are here chatting, all of you muppet lefties, you're all sitting here saying, nah, 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 nah. Where the fuck was you when, where was this? Where was it? Where was it? Didn't
Critics
happen.
have called for her resignation. Under a national immigration crackdown, Trump has sent 3,000 federal officers to the Minneapolis area. Trump said earlier this week he wanted to, quote, de-escalate a bit, but when asked by reporters on Thursday if he was pulling
Selective
back, Trump
outrage
said, quote,
indeed.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's so
in
strange.
2015, which dealt-
It's so strange how they're only bothered when it was Trump. It's so weird. You would have thought that it would bother everyone, but I don't know, for some reason it only bothers them when it's Trump. And like when the Democrats get in, again, what will happen is when Trump leaves office and say it's the Democrats next, right? When it's the Democrats next and they're still doing it, none of these protests will happen. None of them. Because it will happen with the next Democrat leader. They will deport 1 million people again. And none of you will be out there protesting, oh, we've got to stop it. None of you. So you're double standards. You're double standards. No one's being targeted. What does January 6th have to do with deporting 1 million people? Yeah, Trump bad, Husky. This is what happens. Every Liberal attacking this guy's appearance because you have no argument. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't bother me. All of that don't bother me. People can come in here and say all the nastiest things they can. It don't bother me, man. Like, to me, YouTube is for this. This is what this is all about. You're supposed to come at me. It doesn't bother me. No, Tobias, it doesn't bother me, man. It's cool. Okay, there's a go. There's someone with a bit of intelligence. The method in which it's being conducted is the issue. I agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Of course, no one should be treating people the way they're doing. Yeah, Javier, don't spam. You'll get blocked, man. But no, I agree with that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Where's all the protests under Joe Biden? I want one of you right now to go and show me all of the protests under Joe Biden. I'll wait. Show me all these protests under Joe Biden saying, do not deport illegals. Interesting. Right, let's find a street interview. What's that girl that we covered? The one who got arrested. That was a funny street interview US campus. What was that girl's name? That funny girl. Let's see. Oh, Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's
We are
just
a
a
nation of
typical one.
laws. Undocumented workers broke our laws, and I believe they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
What percentage of
We are a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our laws, and I believe they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
This
That's
is
why
you
over
lot.
the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up
This is you
80%,
lot.
and we're going to keep focusing on threats to our security. What's your thought on that quote and that policy in general?
I think that policy comes from a place of like white American nationalism. Donald Trump has
Yeah.
kind of like embraced this rhetoric of like
Yeah.
racism and xenophobia that is not beneficial to our country at all.
I don't think
Yeah, again, typical liberals. They're right. They're right. Donald Trump, evil bad man. Evil bad man.
that quote really stands true.
This administration has totally not done anything moral.
This is really awful.
I'm going to show you the person that said that quote.
Oh, it's Obama. Undocumented workers.
Is that surprising?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why is that surprising?
Oh, shit. Didn't any of you know that? Oh, no, it don't work now, does it?
Because I thought it was the Trump administration that said something like that.
We are a nation of laws. Undocumented workers
Let's just
broke our
check that
laws, and I
again.
believe they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%, and we're going to keep focusing on threats to our security. What's your thought on that quote and that policy in general?
I think that policy comes from a place of like white American nationalism. Donald Trump has kind of like embraced this rhetoric of like racism and xenophobia that is not beneficial to our country at all.
I don't think that quote really stands true.
This administration has totally not done anything moral.
This is really awful.
I'm going to show you the person that said that quote.
Undocumented workers.
Is that surprising?
Yeah, a little bit.
Why is that surprising?
Because I thought it was the Trump administration that said something like that.
We are a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our laws.
I think that pretty much sums up how it is with the Americans. See, proof you can't fix stupid. Enforcing the law is white nationalism. Get rid of the ones that break laws. No one's, yeah, I like these clips. It's like bananas and rice. Yeah, it is bananas and rice. It's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Right, let's jump on to the next one, shall we, kids? Let's have a bit more fun. You got to love them. You've got to love them. I think without the left, though, we wouldn't have the meltdowns that we have. You know? I wouldn't enjoy it as much. Let's see. Have we got stuff over? Oh, well, let's just... Oh, no, Don Lemon. Yeah, Don Lemon got arrested. I don't think he would go to jail anyway. I don't think he'll go to jail anyway. Ilana Omar, which I know is being investigated for all of this money that she's accumulated in the last couple of years, the 30 million, that's going to be on the horizon soon. Let's see. Toddlers throwing tantrums. Well, yeah, it is. It is. Don Lemon deserves jail. Does he? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot and I'm going to go and make some food. I still haven't eaten yet. Right, we're going to be back again tomorrow about 4 p.m. So join us 4 p.m. tomorrow. We'll be doing the same thing. I'm honestly confused why your character is being attacked as opposed to them just responding factually or providing an answer or suggestion. I know, this just... Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to... Don't choke. Oh, Abraxas, don't say that. Don't choke. Don't choke. Yeah, I remember Abraxas. New Year's Eve, 1992. That was... Yeah, it was. It was with your mum. That's the last time I said that. Don't choke, bitch. You got to laugh, haven't you? Got to laugh. That was good fun, though. That was great. Wasn't it? I love it. Oh, that was wicked. Right, I need to eat. I need to eat food. Let's just double check something. That was great. Right, kids, yeah, I'm going to go and have some food and we will catch up soon, yeah? Have a fantastic evening and I'll catch up. We'll do the same thing again tomorrow.